Number 1. This video comes from the YouTube channel Hype Mike, known for exploring haunted places and abandoned buildings. In this creepy clip, Mike and his friends decide to spend the night in a forest with a chilling reputation. It's known as Slender Man's Forest. Over the years, several people have gone missing here, and witnesses have reported seeing a tall, faceless figure resembling the urban legend of Slender Man. Naturally, Mike and his team couldn't resist checking it out. On July 20th, 2021, they hike into the forest while the sun is still up. Everything seems normal at first, but as they venture deeper, things take an unsettling turn.
I fought off a bear. Yeah, you see that right there?
You was trying to climb a tree, guys, and you fell. Fell.
Oh, look! Hey, what is this? A campground.
I don't know, man. Just
Stumbled across the campground.
yeah, literally physically stumbled upon this.
It must be swimming or something, right?
Hello? See? Somebody at the
Hello?
dock.
Who would just like leave their stuff here?
Nobody. I mean, they could be out like doing activities and stuff. This is a.
You don't know
like
leave
half
like a
of their
bag
tent
behind.
though.
You know what? The tent's
Bags
not even set up.
wide open.
Near the edge of a quiet lake, they come across an abandoned campsite. A backpack, walking sticks, and other belongings are scattered around, but there's no sign of anyone nearby. The tent isn't even set up properly, and the fire pit shows signs of being recently used. It's as if whoever was here left in a hurry. Then they find something even stranger.
Oh, no, there's more. Get this out of here. I got some real walking sticks now.
There you go, dude.
They're not yours. You don't just take someone's stuff. What if they come back?
They ain't here. They just let him. They knew we were coming.
This is actually kind of weird though. Like their tent's not.
Yeah, this is a
set up.
little weird.
Their walking sticks are here, so they're like.
The bag is a little strange because who leaves their bag behind?
You know what's
kind of bring it.
even weirder
It's like they randomly.
is that the fire was lit at one point, and usually you would set up your tent first before starting the fire, but the tent is not set up.
Weird.
Well, I was peeping. There's a little, there's a phone.
Oh, there we go. We could just figure out who these people are.
That's us.
4 missed calls, voicemail.
A phone inside the backpack, still turned on, with multiple missed calls and a voicemail waiting. When they play the message, they hear a woman's voice, sounding lost and scared. She says she can't find her way back to the path and is hearing strange noises in the woods.
Hey Sarah, it's Ashley. Currently I think I am lost. I can't find the path that we were on before, and I am currently hearing these strange noises in the woods, and I'm hoping that that is you, but there is obviously no way to confirm, so can you please give me a call back? I'm getting quite worried. So hopefully I will use it. Bye.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Just lost in the woods, hearing noises.
Very.
From minutes ago?
Yeah, that's like.
I mean, it's broad daylight, right? He's lost. She's lost in the woods, but it's like could be worse. You know?
At first, the group wonders if it's just someone who got turned around, but then they play more voicemails, and the situation becomes much more terrifying. In the next messages, the woman becomes increasingly panicked. She says she sees something watching her and begs for someone to call her back. Then in the final voicemail, her voice is filled with fear. She describes a man in a suit following her. The message cuts off with a terrified scream. Now the group isn't sure what to think.
I know you can hear this right now, but please pick up and give me a call back. Right now, I'm still lost in the forest, and I see someone or something looking at me, and it won't leave me alone. So if you could please pick up. I'm really scared. So please give me a call back. Bye.
Someone or something?
Watching?
Okay, that's a way more weird.
Yeah. Then
Something
how
in the
long ago was
woods.
that? That was.
Literally 4 minutes ago was the last one, so the most recent one.
I need you to pick up the phone right now. There was a man in a suit, and I saw him. And I think he's following.
A suit?
Oh my god. I think he's.
Oh no.
Was this an elaborate prank, or was someone actually in danger? They decide to search the area, hoping to find the owner of the abandoned belongings.
Guys,
I know. What is that?
Is that like a
your
note?
heads were down when you were walking, but it looks like a.
It's paper. It's paper.
Oh my
Oh,
god.
what the hell? Oh, that's the same.
What is that?
As they move deeper into the woods, they spot a piece of paper pinned to a tree. When they get closer, they realize it's a disturbing drawing, smeared with what looks like blood. The eerie discovery sends a chill down their spines. Then, something moves in the distance.
Do you see that?
What?
Let me get a better view.
Wait a minute. It's gone.
do you mean it's gone?
Wasn't it?
It just moved.
It was literally right over there.
What was it?
It was like a black figure. I'm not sure. I don't really tell
It's-
exactly.
It's literally gone.
What? That is freaky. Like, really, really concerning.
A dark figure appears between the trees, but vanishes before they can get a clear look. The group scrambles to capture it on camera, but whatever it was disappears into the shadows. At this point, they've had enough. Whether it's a prank, a stalker, or something more sinister, they don't want to stick around to find out. Deciding it's too dangerous to stay the night, they turn back and rush out of the forest. Once they make it back to civilization, they take the abandoned items to the nearest police station and report what they found. A few days later, curiosity gets the better of them, and they check in with the authorities. But the police have no answers. No one has come forward to claim the belongings, and no missing person reports match the situation. Number 2. Walking through an abandoned school is eerie enough, but knowing it's been empty for over a decade makes it even worse. That's exactly what urban explorer Chris Hill did when he decided to check out Robert Fulton Elementary in Cleveland, Ohio. The school had been shut down for 13 years, and locals weren't happy about it. Many saw it as a magnet for crime, but few dared to go inside, especially at night. Chris, however, wasn't one to back down from a challenge. He had explored plenty of abandoned places before, but something about this place felt off. As he made his way through the dark, decaying hallways, he couldn't shake the feeling that he wasn't alone. At one point, his camera unknowingly captured a shadowy figure lurking just out of sight. Chris didn't notice it at the time.
The decay is crazy in here.
But looking back, it was clear someone was watching him. Then things got even creepier. On a dusty chalkboard, faint writing warned, "Don't explore alone." A nearby door had a rusted "Keep Out" sign barely hanging on. Despite the warning, Chris pushed forward.
Keep out. Oh shit. I bet somebody lives in here. Yeah, somebody's been. Look at that. Somebody's been living in here. Somebody's in here. Holy shit. I'm out. Fuck that.
That's when he found clear signs that someone had been living inside the abandoned school. Clothes, food wrappers, and makeshift bedding filled one of the old classrooms. And then it happened. A blood-curdling scream shattered the silence. It echoed through the empty halls, stopping Chris in his tracks. His heart raced. He didn't wait to figure out where it came from. He turned and ran, sprinting for the exit. Chris made it out safely, but the experience stuck with him. The footage he recorded is a chilling reminder that abandoned places aren't always as empty as they seem. Number 3. Josh, the creator of Exploring with Josh, is known for his thrilling adventures into abandoned and mysterious locations, always on the hunt for hidden secrets and paranormal encounters. This time, he set out to explore Washington State's legendary Ape Cave, one of North America's longest lava tubes, formed by molten lava nearly 2,000 years ago. The cave is infamous not only for its eerie atmosphere, but also for the strange legends surrounding it. Josh was not alone. His friends and fellow YouTubers, John, Steve, and Cody, joined him for this adventure, completely unaware of the bizarre turn their exploration would take. On August 7, 2016, under a bright Washington sky, The group set out toward Mount St. Helens, excited but cautious. As they arrived at the cave's entrance, they were immediately struck by its ominous appearance.
This looks like some sort of a horror movie.
Yeah,
And it's really dark.
me too.
Lucky we got some lanterns. Well, they do. Oh god.
So dark.
Yo,
Alright.
it is darker than I thought, everyone.
Jeez. I really feel like
Let the guys go first with the light.
Yo, I got the lantern.
The deeper they ventured, the darker and more claustrophobic it became. Luckily, they had lanterns to light their way, but the thick, suffocating darkness beyond their beams was unnerving. As they moved forward, the passage began to narrow dramatically, forcing them to crouch and eventually crawl on their hands and knees. The tight, rocky pathway was intimidating, and two of the friends decided to turn back, but Josh and Steve weren't ready to give up just yet.
Dude, it goes so low. It goes like round, like kneeling.
I too.
I don't even know if this leads out anywhere. I think it's just the end. We can be crawling all day.
Let's find out.
Oh man.
Oh my god.
Yeah, man. I don't.
Dude, actually, I think we can go deeper.
Yeah, it goes. You see, we go deeper.
Oh my god.
We could try it.
Scary. That's so scary. Like, I'm just picturing in my head what if the cave collapses. And
I know.
there's no way back.
We're not
I
gonna.
really doubt it.
I'm not gonna think about that. I'm crawling, man.
Oh, me too. I'm crawling. Curious.
If you're curious, man. If you're curious, this is where we could go. We can go more, but I mean, this is pretty freaking. No way. It opened up again.
Does it?
Yeah, it opened up. I can't believe we kept going.
Yet again, I'm with Josh. No Chowder Cody. We just
lost
We
him.
just keep going. We were so curious to know what was through this tunnel.
This is crazy, man.
Oh my god.
I used to be claustrophobic, but I guess I lost it because I'm not that scared.
Determined to see how far the cave stretched, they pushed forward. The deeper they went, the more suffocating the space felt. Just as they began to think they'd reached the end, the passage unexpectedly opened up into a hidden chamber. What had seemed like a dead end had suddenly revealed an entirely new path. They stood in stunned silence, trying to make sense of how a seemingly impassable tunnel had expanded before their eyes. Their excitement, however, was short-lived. Just as they prepared to turn back, something shocking happened.
You speak no English?
No?
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay, come with us.
Hey, Josh. Do you see those, the couple that was back there?
Wanna come with us?
Tell them their daughter's up here and scared.
They don't speak. She doesn't speak English.
They don't speak English.
It's okay.
It's alright. This is the way back.
In the dim light, they spotted movement, a small figure standing eerily still in the shadows. As they focused their lanterns, their hearts pounded. A little girl, no older than 6 or 7, stood alone in the darkness, her frightened eyes darting between them and the tunnel she had emerged from. The realization hit them like a wave. How had she ended up this deep inside the cave? And where were her parents? The girl remained silent, unable to understand their questions.
As we were about to leave, this little girl comes up out of nowhere, scares us, and at first we're like, wait, whose parents are hers? And she was just there alone by herself. Then she just stood there in the back, so I started talking to her, but she wouldn't answer me. And I was like, wait a minute, I don't think she speaks English. It turns out she really didn't speak English at all. She's by herself, crawled the whole way in there by herself, no light. No light, what the heck? I don't get it, no light. She didn't even speak English. So they were like, okay, come with us. And eventually, I guess her parents were yelling her name in their language. And yeah, she went back. But she started crying and stuff. It was kind of a crazy situation.
With no hesitation, Josh and Steve led the child back through the suffocating tunnels, guiding her toward the entrance. Finally, as they neared the cave's opening, they spotted her frantic parents searching for her. The moment they were reunited, the girl burst into tears, clinging to her mother. As relief washed over them, Josh and his friends were left shaken by the experience. The thought of what could have happened, how she had wandered alone through the cave without a light, trapped in complete darkness, haunted them long after they left. If they hadn't continued their exploration, she might have remained lost for hours, or worse. Later, as Josh recounted the experience to his viewers, he still couldn't comprehend how the girl had made it that far on her own. The cave had given them an unforgettable mystery, one that was more terrifying than any ghost story. Number 4. Richard, known for sharing his van life adventures on YouTube, had no idea his quiet night would turn into a nerve-wracking experience. On May 25, 2022, he parked his self-built camper van near Great Yarmouth, England, hoping to get some rest. It was already late, the night completely dark, and the area was eerily quiet, perfect for sleeping. Or so he thought.
And I've got a light on this, that's why how you can see me, it's a red light. But it's a power cut. Just like, it's pitch black. You've got a camper van down there, but it's absolutely pitch black. There's the van, I've got the lights on there.
As he settled in, something strange happened. Around 2 a.m., he heard noises outside. Someone was trying to open his van's doors. His heart pounded as he stayed silent, unsure of what to do.
I think they're trying the doors. I don't know why I'm telling you to try locking it again. And that's worse.
He quickly relocked the doors, hoping the sound of the locks engaging would scare them off. Moments later, he heard a car drive away. Relieved, he assumed it was over.
Right, I think they're gone. Let's go and have a look, shall we? There's all that. I've just got the head torch on. Still a power. Yeah, look, see? No, see? Nobody is around. Close that up. Right. I want to get back into bed. I don't want anybody to know I'm here. That was scary. That was a bit spooky. It's the first time that's ever happened to me. Someone actually tried to steal fuel out of the van while I was inside it. Right, but I'm all locked up. I'm not moving. I struggle trying to find a spot. I'm not moving just yet now. I'm going to see if I can get back to sleep.
But when he stepped outside to check, he found something unsettling. The fuel hatch was open. Someone had tried to siphon gas from his van while he was inside. Shaken but exhausted, he decided to stay put and try to sleep. Just as he was drifting off again, the noise returned. Someone was back, testing the doors. This time Richard didn't stay silent. He called out, making it clear he was inside.
I think they're back.
That seemed to do the trick. Whoever was out there took off. That was enough for Richard. He wasn't going to risk another encounter. He quickly packed up and drove away, eventually finding a safer spot along a main road where he could rest.
Right, that's it. I'm moving spots. Lesson learned. I ain't parking there again. It's a Friday night. I've had some time to think. It took me about half an hour to find another spot. And I've basically just come up the A47 and found a lay-by. And I've dumped it in that. I'm by a road, but I don't care. It's getting on now. I might try for a couple of hours sleep before I actually have to wake up. But it's a Friday night. At least we know fuel thefts and van break-ins. This does look like a van. Doesn't look like a camper van. That's possibly where I made the mistake. Lesson learned. My next camper van is actually going to look like a camper van. I might just chop a window into the side of this just to make it look like a camper van. But I'm going to attempt to sleep.
It wasn't the peaceful night he had planned, but at least he was safe. The experience stuck with him for days, a reminder that sometimes the biggest threats aren't supernatural or mysterious, but come from real people with bad intentions. Number 5. Chris, a seasoned urban explorer, has spent years documenting eerie and abandoned places. He's not easily scared, often venturing alone into decaying buildings and mysterious locations. But on this particular night, even he found himself questioning what he had just experienced. His destination? Helltown. Once known as Boston Township, this place is wrapped in dark legends, stories of strange cults, supernatural activity, and a town mysteriously abandoned in the 1970s. With its empty buildings and silent roads, it's the perfect setting for an unsettling encounter. At first, the only sounds are his tires crunching against the road and the distant hum of crickets. But the calm doesn't last long. Near an old barn, something strange happens. A bizarre, unrecognizable noise cuts through the silence.
This barn is no standing despite how old it is. What the hell is that? What the fuck? What the fuck is that?
It's coming from the tall grass beside the barn. Chris stops, trying to figure out what he's hearing. His instincts tell him to leave, but curiosity pulls him forward. As he steps closer, a chilling feeling washes over him. He's being watched. Then he sees them.
What does this lead to? I don't want to get lost. What the fuck is that? Something's over there. I can hear it. This stuff is like quicksand. Gotta be careful.
Two glowing eyes staring at him from the darkness. Chris freezes. He can hear the strange noise again. A low, unnatural sound unlike anything he's ever encountered. The eyes remain locked on him, unblinking. He takes a cautious step forward, trying to make sense of what he's looking at. But something about the situation doesn't feel right. Then movement. Something large, 6 to 8 feet tall, judging by the grass around it, lurks just out of reach.
What the hell is that? I'm gonna turn back. What the fuck is that? Something's over there. I can hear it.
That's enough for Chris. He decides it's time to go. But as he turns back toward the road, he hears something even worse.
I keep hearing something. It sounds like it's following me.
It's following him. The sound of rustling grass keeps pace with his movements. He speeds up, so does it. His breathing grows heavier, his camera shaking as he tries to navigate back toward safety. Finally, after what feels like forever, he makes it out of the overgrown area and back onto the road. Number 6. On August 4th, 2023, the English woodsman set out for another of his solo camping trips, a familiar routine for someone experienced in wild camping. He headed into a nearby forest, expecting nothing out of the ordinary. The day unfolded as usual. He picked a spot, set up camp, and prepared for a quiet night. But what followed was far from peaceful. As darkness settled in, strange footsteps echoed through the trees around him. The unsettling part? No one was there. It was an encounter that stuck with him, and with everyone who watched. Fast forward to June 6th of this year, and he decided to go back to that very same forest. Same location, same setup. Only this time, he was determined to uncover what had happened.
Right, I'm just going to settle down and then let my present ear just, quieten down a little bit and see if any animals come out. People saying badgers, foxes, stuff like that, it could have been, so let's quieten down.
It was a clear and sunny day, and everything seemed calm as he revisited the spot where the strange events had taken place. As night approached, the atmosphere grew tense. Then, just like before, the mysterious footsteps returned. The sound was nearly identical, soft crunching, deliberate, moving. But again, no one could be seen.
See, that was like the noise I heard last time. Let's check around, because this is one thing that someone said I didn't do last time. I hope you heard that as well as me. Apart from that black rub, there's no, I don't know. You can hear noise in the background, I get that in the distance. But this with that walking noise again, or a walking noise, or a bit of crunching noise, something like that.
He scanned the area and took note of the surroundings, but everything appeared empty. Even though distant background noises from wildlife or wind could be heard, these footsteps were different, closer, heavier, and too specific to ignore. The night grew quiet, almost unnaturally so, and then a strange sound broke the silence. It was unclear what it was. Perhaps an animal, perhaps something else entirely.
To the people who need it, for food banks. So we had a kid then. Let's bear that in mind.
But it added to the unease. The rest of the night passed without further incident, and eventually he managed to sleep. But once again, the experience raised more questions than it answered. Hearing the exact same eerie sounds a year apart, in the same place, only deepened the mystery. Was it an animal, a trick of the environment, or something unknown? No one knows for sure. But this strange encounter wouldn't be the last. What came next was even more unsettling.
Jason, a YouTuber known for his channel Uncharted Travel, is an urban explorer who ventures into some of the creepiest abandoned places. Usually he's joined by friends, but this time he's doing something different. Going solo. It's a challenge he's been waiting for, and after months of planning and a long 7-hour drive, he finally arrives at his destination, the Peter Grant Mansion, the largest abandoned home in Canada. Sitting on the shores of Lake Temiskaming in Ontario, has been left to decay for over a decade. Once meant to be a symbol of luxury, it's now nothing more than a massive unfinished shell. Cracked walls, shattered windows, and an eerie silence make it a place most people would avoid, especially alone at night. Jason starts his exploration on the upper floors, moving carefully through the crumbling remains. Broken glass crunches under his boots as he takes in what's left of the mansion. He can't help but wonder what it would have looked like if it had ever been finished. But now, it's just a shadow of what could have been.
Ceilings. Everything was finished. It's sad to see that most of these windows, it almost sounded like someone was knocking from the other side. Now, I know it's probably just my paranoia starting to set in, but I'm getting the constant feeling like there's something following me. Wait. Hello? I keep hearing what sounds like pigeons coming from over here. But every time I try to locate the source of the noise...
As he moves deeper into the house, strange noises begin to echo through the empty halls. A knocking sound catches his attention. He tells himself it's just his imagination, but the uneasy feeling that he's being watched won't go away. Then, rushing off his nerves, Jason focuses on finding a place to set up camp before darkness takes over. With his tent finally secured, he decides to explore the lower levels of the mansion. The deeper he goes, the more unsettling the silence becomes, and then more noises.
It sounds like there's someone walking upstairs, but I'm not sure. Up to nowhere. I thought I heard something over here. Holy. There's definitely something shuffling down there. I just hope it's an animal.
This time, they sound like footsteps coming from above. A sudden loud bang makes his heart race. Trying to stay calm, Jason keeps moving. He tells himself it's probably just an animal, but as he descends the stairs, the unmistakable sound of shuffling footsteps fills the air again.
Which way do I go? Oh, it keeps going down. And that's where the noise is coming from. First, let's check out this portion, because I don't think we've seen this portion.
Tired from the long day, Jason finally settles into his tent for the night. He's relieved to take off his boots and get some rest, thinking the worst is behind him. But then, just as he starts to drift off, he hears something chilling.
Was into his tent.
Oh my god. This is the nicest part of the night, where I can take off my shoes and try my best to get some sleep. This is gonna be a comfort. I swear to God, it sounded like people talking. So I've decided to record this just to make sure. It sounded like they were like whispering or something outside my tent. Maybe like on the stairwell below me.
whispers. The hushed voices seem to be coming from right outside his tent. His heart pounds as he listens closely. It almost sounds like people talking, except he's supposed to be alone. Grabbing his camera, he decides to record, just to be sure he's not imagining things. The whispers continue, sending a wave of fear through him. Are there other explorers? Or is it something else?
Okay, I gotta check this out. It sounds like there's someone walking around out here. Sure as hell hope not. Now, of course, that I'm out here, I don't hear anything.
Summoning his courage, Jason steps outside, scanning the darkness for any sign of movement. But the moment he's out there, everything goes silent. The only thing he can hear now is his own breathing. Then, out of nowhere, the whispering starts again, clear and unmistakable. It's not just a few voices, it sounds like an entire group. Frozen in place, Jason tries to decide what to do. His friend Jake, who had driven him there, is back at a hotel for the night, meaning Jason is completely on his own. With no safe way out, he has no choice but to wait for morning. As soon as the sun starts to rise, he wastes no time packing up. The moment daylight touches the mansion, the eerie feeling starts to fade. Finally, he's able to leave, relieved to put the night behind him. Even after this chilling encounter, Jason continues his urban explorations, always pushing the limits of adventure on uncharted travel. But one thing's for sure, this was a night he won't forget.